people like that that they can't trust. And so I didn't know if the man on my left or right was really with me. I knew he was getting paid by my government, but I didn't know if I could trust him.
So this went on for a short time, and then what happened?
They were having a lot of problems with us. We were going in and talking to the bosses about it, the officers and the NCOs, and we were having more and more security problems, occasional snipers and so on. And so they decided that if a bunch of us wanted to, we'd form a new group, and they were going to take us way out. And we would go out there at sunset and stay till sunrise. And we could take whatever weapons we wanted. So we would get a box about, this big around and 6 feet long, each one of us, at the armory, and you could put in a rifle, a shotgun, a pistol, hand grenades, whatever you wanted, as much as you wanted, ammunition in the box. And the box had a padlock on it. You put a lock on it, and they put the key on your dog tags, and you went to work. So they'd drop us off out there about dark and on a road near where you were going to be. And you drag that box back in there. And of course you had a radio in there. You'd turn the radio on, do a radio check to make sure it would work, and turn it off, and you'd never turn it on again unless you needed help. And then as soon as it got dark, you took all those weapons out and loaded them, which you weren't supposed to do, but they had to know we were. You were going to wait. And it wasn't too many months till things started to happen, and we needed to do that. We needed to be out there like that. And in time, they did put some more of those Thai people out there with us, in between us, but we were armed on our own. So we were more comfortable, and we got to know some of them by then.
We have a great picture of your beret. Would you tell us what the patch is?
This beret was designed by one of my best friends, Ron Harris, and they said that we could wear a beret for what we were doing, that we were going out there at night and staying out there that way. And we could design our own patch. And he used the Grim Reaper. And he had there's different significance to the stars. There was 3 types of airplanes we supported and so on. But we're very proud to wear that beret. We couldn't wear it after we left there, but I'll always be proud of that.
Why couldn't you wear it after?
Because it isn't an Air Force issue patch or beret. It was something that the local commander of the base let us do while we were there.
Oh, it is unique.
Yes, it is. But there was a lot of things like that over there, I'm sure. We were called the Shadows, the people who did our job. Some of the other bases, they were called Tiger Flight and Cobra Flight. People who went and did the all-night shift and went way out.
Actually, that's what you did. You didn't, nothing was happening during the daytime, so actually you did work in the nighttime.
Right. We had almost no security in the daytime. There's a few, it's real easy, the way they clear perimeters, to have some Jeeps riding around and a few people walking around, and most everybody sleeping all day to get ready for what's going to happen at night.
For the nighttime. You know, we've talked a little bit about your job, but let's step back a bit and talk about why you were there in the first place, why U-Bahn in Thailand, it wasn't Vietnam. What was so significant, and why were you guarding planes there?
Okay, because, well, we were guarding them to stop people from infiltrating, to blowing up the planes and destroying the base, to stop us. Because right across the way from us, we didn't have the Viet Cong that they had in Vietnam. We had Pathet Lao and other groups who were in Laos and in Cambodia that would come after us. And they were in support of the Viet Cong and the Viet Minh. And what those bases in Thailand did was, the idea was to give a safe place for us to bomb all night long and not have a more secure place for the planes and not have to worry so much about the Viet Cong. And it wasn't, I don't think it was as dangerous for us as it was in some of those other places. You know, one thing I want to say, I'm proud of what I did, but I wasn't in the Army. I wasn't in the Marine Corps. I wasn't in a Navy medic. I didn't fly on helicopters that went in and picked these guys up when they were wounded in fire zones. I didn't have the worst job over there. I got a hot meal when I got off work. I still knew the terror of the night. But no, I can't compare myself to what many other men did.
Many other men. But let's talk about the terror of the night, because you know, I'd really like to get a picture of what that was like for you. You know, you're at night, and the thing is you've got other servicemen, U.S. forces interspersed between the Thai nationals, so you're not really certain you're protected that way, and it's dark, and these planes are going overhead.
Right.
And what about the monsoon?
Well, okay, the planes are behind you. You don't ever look at them, and the base is back there. You don't ever look there because it'll destroy your night vision. You can see really well at night, even when under some bad conditions, especially when you're young, your eyesight's really good. But if you look back there, your night vision will be affected for a while. I don't know how long. You didn't ever do it, but you could hear them. Some of those pilots flew 3 missions in one night. 100 missions, and they could come home. They could come home in 3 months if the weather was good and they got their 100 missions in.
You know, World War II was 25, and you're saying 100.
100.
Unbelievable.
Right. Some of them 3 times in one night, flying against MiGs, big aircraft, doing dogfights and SAM missiles, and got to respect them. But all of ours went into North Vietnam, all of our. But anyway, we were out there, and we were a long way apart. The nights that were moonlit and there weren't any clouds, usually there wasn't any trouble. It was pretty good. But you get your cloudy nights, your rainy nights, or the monsoon season. And there was so much to cover, people getting in closer to you. And that's usually when there was some kind of trouble.
We're from this area, so you better explain what a monsoon is.
A monsoon, okay, a monsoon is a rainstorm that lasts for 12 hours. And it starts in one period of I think it ran for like 3 months. The first day it started, it rained for like 12 hours. The next day it would start 2 minutes later and rain 2 minutes longer. So it works its way around the clock through the shift. If you went to work and you got wet going to get your weapon, it didn't really matter because you were going to be soaked and soaked all night long.
Yeah, the whole night. Okay, so we've got the rain, we've got the noise, fog. What about fog?
Oh yeah, fog, big time. And then everything's magnified. If there was a mouse running near you, it sounded like trouble. And it was so hard to sleep in the heat in the daytime over there. I think we were always tired. And it just, your senses were so heightened, and if you got tired, you were just more scared. And
well, see, I guess that's what I'm thinking too, is you have to get up for your shift. Okay, so I can see it moving up, you know, the adrenaline's going, and you know, it's a rush and everything else. But then, and you're like that for 8 hours, or how well longer, because sun set to sunrise, so it's a lot longer. So then how do you get down at the end of your shift? How on earth can you get down and cut that off? You know, people aren't like a light switch, click, you're on, and then click, you're off.
It was the funniest thing. There was no fear ever displayed between me and my coworkers, my friends. It was all talking about how we hoped that we were lucky and they came in our post tonight. Or if it came at someone else's post, we'd tell them they were so lucky. And we talked that kind of crap until we got off of that truck and went in down to spend the night alone. And those last hours before sunrise, when you're really sleepy and you know you can't be, wow, you know, you're out there all alone and you're tired. Then the sun would come up and the truck would come by and you'd drag your box up there and they'd pull you up. How'd it go? Great. So we go to the chow hall and have a hot meal, and we go to the Airmen's Club and drink a couple, 3 beers, because that was our night, you know, and then go back and take a shower and fall asleep.
Try to fall asleep.
It was very hot. These are my buddies.
Okay, you're the one in the middle, and who are the other 2?
The one on the left is Lynn Hurd, and he went. He's the gentleman that's was with a helicopter incident with me that I'll never forget. And Ron Harris is the other really good friend, and I was best man at his wedding in Kentucky, and we served in Florida together afterwards.